Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 11th annual Unveiling event hosted by UConn FSAE. This is Michaela, and I'm Ryan, and we'll be your MCs tonight, where we guide the flow of things throughout our thrilling event.
And cutting people off when they talk too long. Tom. Tonight, our newest, fastest vehicle makes its public debut, and we could not be more proud.
Yeah, the long nights at the shop are not even close to over. After quite a few of them, we've reached a point where we can't hold it in anymore, and we had to come out and share our brand new 2019 race car with the world.
FSAE has been a home away from home for me for so long. It's such an incredible experience to be able to improve myself and to learn new things together with this incredible group of people.
No, I agree, and it's just incredible how much spending hundreds of hours with a group of people can really bond a team together and really make you feel like family.
Either that or you'll hate each other, who's to say?
So before we reveal our new race car to you, we're going to have some short speeches and a few special recognitions.
So we'd like to recognize first and foremost Mr. Charlie Niffen. Please come on up, sir. Charlie has been and continues to be a driving force for innovation and progress on this team. Many projects have come to fruition thanks to his countless hours of advising and mentoring. So we wanted to take a minute to thank you for all that you've done for this team, and so we got you this certificate and this little gift, which please note has to be used at UConn, and since you'll be here anyway, you might as well come to the shop.
Is our speaker, Mr. Tom Neeley. Tom has been a part of our team's advisors for many years now, letting us make our mistakes and guiding us when we need it. He's resolved so many disputes and celebrated victories alongside us, been there through the good and the bad, and we highly appreciate everything he has done and continues to do for us. We want to show our appreciation with this small gift and our undying gratitude. You got it. So now Tom will take over for a few minutes and give us all some insight into this team's history and the development over the years. Please welcome Mr. Tom Neeley.
All right, that's me, Tom Neeley. I've been doing this for over 10, 12 years now. And I'm going to have to pull up an old guy movie reference, Groundhog Day. I hope you've seen it. If you haven't, Bill Murray's a weatherman, and every day he wakes up, and it's the same thing every day, and he knows it. In some ways, this team is the same way. Every year, it's the same thing. Bare build table, tubing comes back cut wrong, they have to slice and dice. Communication is a problem. We send out 4 uprights, we only get 2 machine. Dylan, what happened? I do tend to pick out people I roast, but it's because I really get to know them and I know they can take it. And all the drama, right? All year there's drama. Who's in charge, who's not in charge, the prima donnas. I mean, we have one of the best welders I've ever seen on campus. But Evan, you're kind of you're high maintenance. And I hope somebody else can weld, because I know now I'll never get anything welded by Evan again. But unlike Groundhog Day, the thing that is different every year are the students and the results. The results we'll get into. But first I want to talk a little bit about some of the students. Students change, but it's an honor to work with some of the best and brightest students in the country. Young men, young women that I watch go from deer in the headlights freshmen to seniors that really know what they're talking about and are proud and passionate about what they do. Some of these team members I've known for over 10 years. I live in that back row, all the old guys. We friends. Some of these guys stop by on a random trip to campus to see me, or we go out for beer some nights after work. And it's just a great working relationship, working with all you guys. And that's what I look forward to, not so much the car. I don't take any credit when you see these results. I'm not some Gino Organ of car racing. This is all you guys. I'm just here making sure the lights get stayed on, you get the sponsors you need, you get what you need to build a great car. Going forward, I always want to stop and just remember some friends of mine that we lost along the way for no other reason than a tragic accident. I just want to mention a few things about them so they aren't forgotten. Really great young men that left before their time. William B.J. Bear, he was kind of an old soul, very mature. When I first met him, I thought he was the SolidWorks rep. He knew SolidWorks in and out. He was the first one, I think, that ever took a car, all the parts, and put it into one file and could analyze things in it. Great future ahead of him, and just cut down in his prime. Craig Ferris, another great engineer, chief engineer. He was loud, obnoxious, brash. I think those are prerequisites now going forward, present company included. But the one thing about him, he was also almost always right. And it turns out, Ken, I've gotten to know very well over the years. He went from annoying Ken to now a very valued member of my staff in my office that works for me. I pay these guys 10 hours a week to work for me, yet I see them probably 40 hours a week. I don't know when they do homework or actually get the car built, but they're always in my office. But Craig was a great engineer and was really key in getting this car where it is today. And then also Donald D.J. Conroy. He sat one of the first classes I taught here in 2012. He was also in senior design. He worked for me also. And as SAE president, he was one of the first cars to get on the track that final Saturday. And now he worked at SpaceX, his dream job, before he left us. So three great guys. I just want to always remember, okay? So thanks for indulging me. Moving on, I'll give you a brief history here. I'm not going to go all the way back to 2001. That was a car that weighed 685 pounds, bird's nest. This was the whole team. And it turns out this guy, Justin Urbanek, has worked in many industries around here. Now lives about a half a mile from my house. And on Tuesday nights we go over to his house. He got a lift in his garage, work on cars, so have a good time. So these relationships continue. So in 2008, the team got started again, built a car, and the Saturday before competition decided they weren't going. I heard flights, hotels, etc. So I went out anyway, first time I ever went. Came back, deer in the headlights, how far behind we were, how high the competition was. So it was a good experience for me to learn and try and let the team know what they needed to do. 2009, we actually got a car out to Michigan. We never passed inspection, learned a lot. Same thing in 2010. Built a car, couldn't pass inspection, never got on the track. 2011, we finally passed inspection. We were able to do, I think, skid pad and maybe acceleration. Car broke. We never got on the track for autocross or the big Saturday event. Same thing in 2012. We got on the track. We got on Saturday, and about 4 or 5 laps in, we were called off the track for running over too many cones. 2013, the watershed year, completed all our events. We ran all the way to the end of the endurance, which in and of itself is quite an accomplishment. We went from dead last to 41 in a couple of years. And every year since, I've gotten a little better. Finished all our events. 2015, broke the top 20. Again, amazing from an also ran the top 20 against teams that have 10 times our budget and have been doing this for 20 years. Same thing, 2016. 17, 18. Last year, I mean, to come in 13th in an international competition, we had teams that are sponsored by big automakers, European teams, all over the world, Asian teams. Quite proud. Best team ever, best car ever. And all we're doing to improve on that. Okay, so Great job, guys, and the knowledge going forward. We really have to give a hand to that back row there, the old alumni that keep coming back and transfer that knowledge forward. So we're not doing a Groundhog Day and learning things every year, and we're transferring that knowledge. So thanks to the alumni that continue to show up, if not to just harass the young guys. Believe it or not, even that, we do impart some knowledge, so thank you very much. As we go forward, just keep in mind, this car is made every year. Everything is handmade by these students. Obviously, tires and the engine are bought, but the craftsmanship, the level of fit and finish on this car is amazing. And for these years, every year, better and better. It's just amazing. So I'm going to turn it back over to the crew. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening, and see you after. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom, for that beautiful synopsis of where we've been and how far that we've come. And thank you particularly for focusing on the nicer parts. So now that we've heard from the leading authority on where this team has come from, he even touched on our next speaker. So Ken Brown is going to come up. He's our chief engineer this year, and Ken is really exemplary of everything that this team stands for. UConn formula helps students learn new things, to apply the things that they learn, and to develop themselves into qualified professionals. So Ken is going to come up and give you a brief overview of what is new on this year's car.
Good evening. First off, I'd like to thank you all for being here. These students you see before you put in a lot of late nights on this car, and I'm very proud to have led them along the way and worked alongside them on this car. Just to give you a few quick points about this car, I'm going to keep it short and sweet because I'm tired. Not a lot of sleep this week. But the most notable difference you'll see this year is we've built our first ever under tray. Through a lot of hard work with some of our alumni and some of our dedicated members, we've completed our largest ever layup, composite layup for the car. And that has resulted in our first ever under tray, which should start to push us up in the rankings and competition. Another notable change this year is the adjustable pedals. She's going to get really embarrassed, but I'm going to call her out. Every year at Team Drive Day, Pauline can never reach the pedals, and we have to make our own pedal spacers, but not anymore. The controls team has challenged that hurdle head on, and they've done a great job with it, and so you'll get to see the adjustable pedals on the car. We also have a brand new engine this year. Through some great sponsorship and a good contact at Yamaha, we were actually able to source a brand new 2018 Yamaha engine, which is the first time this team has ever had a brand new engine. And we were also able to get our dyno up working, and the raw numbers off of that were 72 horsepower and 40 foot-pounds of torque. So we're very happy with that. I'm very excited to keep moving forward with some of that data. We've also worked on some better engine mounting to allow the engine to come in and out a lot easier. And then finally, the suspension team's put in a lot of hard work this year to optimize the suspension to work in conjunction with the under tray and really make this car shine. So thank you all for being here. I'd like to thank our alumni also. They're always coming back and helping us out and offering their advice and being a great sounding board. So thank you for being here.
Now he has given away all of our secrets, and it's almost time to unveil the new car. So before we do that, we're going to have our president, Tom Neeley, come up and talk about the season.
Good evening. A little short here. Thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, I want to give a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The level of performance that we're able to reach as a team would not be possible without them. They've sacrificed resources, time, pieces, and parts, last minute stuff. I know firsthand, and I think I can speak on behalf of myself and the entire team when we thank you very much for all you guys do. So we just give a round of applause for all of that. saying it's an incredible pleasure and honor to be able to lead this group of students. It's a very humbling experience to be part of this process. You know, it's almost every day where you get a piece of information, and it's easy to see from like the alumni who obviously have years of experience, students who've been on the team for 1, 2, 3 years, and the alumni who've been out of school for, we'll say, X years. But you see them, and you see what they do, and it's just like, wow, thank goodness you're on our side. But the one thing that I really get out of the team is when you see those first-year students, right, who come in and they don't know anything off the bat, but you see they put in the extra time, right? They put in the effort. They're almost interrogating team leads. They're interrogating people who know what they're talking about, and it's so amazing to see some eager engineers, eager to learn, and then eager to take up responsibility for the team. One of the great parts about this team is you get to experience firsthand the consequences of your action and your actions, right? And so that may be good or bad, more bad than I would hope, but also a very, very large amount of good. And either way, it's a learning experience because the consequences of your actions affect the entire team, and you can see what happens. And it's an amazing learning experience for engineers who would like to become engineers in the future. And not everybody's an engineer on the team, or they're all engineering students actually. But it's really great to see somebody who's committed, and you just see their commitment to the team. The competition. So why do I have all these gray hairs? This year is the first year we're doing 2 SAE sanctioned events. Obviously the main one is our competition at Michigan Speedway in Brooklyn, Michigan, obviously. So we compete in 3 static events and several dynamic events. So our 3 static events are cost, business, and design, right? So cost and business are where we market the car, make sure that we know what everything costs, and are able to back up our knowledge that we know what is on the car. And then design takes that to the next level. So it's why is everything on the car, and why is every design choice that we chose to put on the car better than any other option. And it's a really great experience because you talk to professionals, and when you think you know what you're talking about, you really don't know what you're talking about. But after those, and you pass tech inspection, you go to first is Excel, so that's obviously in a straight line as fast as possible, several times. Skid pad to test the handling of your car, and then you have autocross, which is to give you have the opportunity to fully present the dynamics of your car, and then endurance is where you show off the durability of your car. So is it good at performing, and will it last? Will it break? I think it's the past 6 years we've completed all of these events, and we're going to do that this year as well. So I think that's all I had. And so to bring the team up, obviously it's my pleasure to bring up all these brilliant kids. It will humble me, but I guess we'll start with powertrain. Aaron. Please come up. And controls and ergonomics. Matthew Cox and the electrical team. Benedict Stevens and your chest. Nick Long, causes. Matthew Kramer and Dak Arrow. Dak is in data collection. going to bring up the executive board at last, but Adam Boisler is already up here. He is our treasurer. And then Cassius Pack and his business team. And my partner in crime, Kenneth Brown.
I don't do anything around here.
And really, what an amazing team we are. This team has worked so hard to make it all come together, and we're so proud to announce to you here that we'll be attending 2 sanctioned events for the very first time in team history. In just a few short weeks, we'll be shipping off to Michigan, and then a few weeks after that, we'll be heading to Ontario for the newly rebranded Formula SAE UConn. Now we're going to play a short video, and we'll get to the moment you've all been waiting for. CT11!
Which camera do we look at?
The big one.
Tom, get up here.
Our scheduled activities. We're all done with our speeches and everything, so feel free to come up, take a closer look, eat more snacks. Please don't bring them in here, no. And make sure that you ask all of these beautiful team members the hardest questions that you can think of. It's good practice for them.